Hey everyone, welcome back to Brian's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail. Today's case is probably going to upset a lot of you. It upset me. This is just absolutely unbelievable. We are going to be going back to Utah. I don't know why these cases keep happening in Utah. This case happened in April of 1998, April 28th to be exact, in the Antelope Island of Utah. I want to make sure this is clear. Even though it's called an island, it's actually not an island. It's more of a peninsula that goes out into the Salt Lake. It is one of the biggest islands or peninsulas, whatever you want to call it. Here are some maps and pictures of it. This is an absolutely beautiful area, so it is not without wonder that a lot of people go here to hike, camp, explore the different areas. There are lots of different animals, including bisons and obviously antelopes and various other animals that inhabit this area. It's a very popular tourist attraction. In this time, a man named Alma Tolman, he was 23 years old at the time. This was on Friday, May 1st. In 1998, when he actually went on this camping trip. I want to give you a little bit of background information. This is Alman right here. Like I said, he was only 23 years old at the time. He was dropped off at this island by some of his family members. He was a very well-respected member of the community. He was a member of the Mormon Church. He was a missionary who had spent lots of time in Italy. He was actually set to get married to an Italian woman that he had met on his overseas trip in the next month or so. He had planned to move to Italy on June 20th to get married. However, he told his family that he wanted to spend some time camping alone. He was an Eagle Scout, an expert outdoorsman. He was just everybody seemed to love him, which makes this case just that much more tragic. This peninsula that he was camping at is the largest of 10 islands located within Great Salt Lake City, Utah. It is 42 square miles. He was just going out. He told his family that he just needed some time before he moved out to Italy to camp, to spend some time in the wilderness and just be by himself. After his apparent camping trip, his family came out to look for him. Unfortunately, they found no sign of him. This is a big area, so they thought maybe he was just exploring, hiking. After looking even more, the only thing that they found was his abandoned campsite. There was his tent. There were some very odd things that we're going to talk about. Due to his extensive knowledge of the area, his family immediately called in search and rescue. This spawned a massive search. The Davis County Search and Rescue Office, they launched everything that you can imagine, between helicopters, dog teams, foot patrol. He was camping in an area known as the Bridger Bay Primitive Campground, which is in the northern part of this peninsula. Like I said, they only found his abandoned campsite. They found his ID, some other things. There was no trace of him himself. The Davis County Sheriff's Office, they also called in the Park Service and many other entities to help with the search. Their family said that her son had just quit 2 jobs and was planning to get married in Italy the next month. This was just a routine camping trip. They brought in extra dogs. They brought in these horseback riders called the Mounties. Roughly 100 people searched overnight that Friday and all day Saturday. They also brought in a helicopter with the Davis County Sheriff's Department. They brought in special boat teams to search in and around the area. They brought in another dog team specifically to help with this search. Because of the area and the terrain and all these search efforts, especially because the boat team searched in and around the various cliffs, they didn't believe that he had fallen or drowned. They just couldn't find him. I'm going to have various maps up and pictures to sort of give you an idea of the location and where this all took place. Unfortunately, after several days of searching, the official search for him was called off. This search was then handed over to the detectives of the Davis County Police Department and Sheriff's Office, which brought in more people and more teams to help try and find this young man. Members of the Davis County Search and Rescue, Bountiful Jeep Posse, American Rescue Dogs, and Rocky Mountain Rescue Dogs, plus the Davis County Mounted Posse, which I showed you pictures of, and the U.S. Park Service personnel, they all brought in more and more people to try and find this person. Then something bizarre happened. Someone said that they thought they saw him cashing a check at a local 7-Eleven. This is the actual 7-Eleven. This is when the case took a turn for the surreal. Everyone thought this man was missing. No one actually knew what had happened. This is the area. Now, I put a dot there. It probably would have taken him around 8 hours on foot to get to that 7-Eleven, which we just discussed. At this point, it was all hearsay, but then one of the detectives said an eyewitness reported someone matching Tallman's description, said that they saw him near the gate to the island and at this 7-Eleven in the Syracuse area of Utah. Unfortunately, it gets worse. This was at first just dismissed as maybe just a false sighting. Then he was again seen cashing a check at a local Walmart, which I'm going to have pictures and a map up to show you where it was. This Walmart was sort of in the southern part of the area, which is marked with the red dot right there. After conducting several interviews, discussing it with other employees at the Walmart, the detectives got more involved. They realized that this man was most likely still alive and something nefarious was going on. The detectives launched a search. They put more detectives out on to try and find this man, and you will never believe what this guy did. This man faked camping and his disappearance just so he could avoid getting married to this woman who he was engaged to in Italy. The investigators eventually caught up with him and realized this terrible plot. Can you imagine? I just can't even imagine what this man was thinking. I mean, just call the wedding off. Just stop it. He cost hundreds of thousands of dollars of search and rescue efforts, thousands of hours of efforts of searching for this man, all because he just wanted to call off this wedding. This man was apparently a prominent member of the community and did something so horrible. I just can't even imagine. From what I understand, the authorities are going to make him pay, or did make him pay, for the funds and everything that went into the search. I don't know what else he had to deal with, but I just can't even imagine his poor fiancee learning that this man that she loved did all this just to get out of the marriage. Not only that, I can't even begin to imagine what his family went through, knowing that their son did something so horrible. I just can't even imagine. My thoughts and prayers go out to all of them. I want to thank you all for watching. As always, thank you all for all your wonderful support, your comments, your feedback. I really appreciate it. Special thank you to co.ag for providing the background music. Hopefully, I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with me till the end. I have covered many despicable cases on my channel, but this ranks up there. I just don't understand what this man was thinking. It's just beyond me, and I just hope and pray his fiancee has moved on and this man has been either imprisoned or has faced the consequences of his actions, because when people go out on a search and rescue, they have a lot of emotions. We care about people. We have the need to want to find the person, and when it's something like this where someone is just faking it, it is just beyond unbelievable, and it just sans mots, without words. I mean, if you're in trouble or need help, just reach out for other people. People are always willing to help. That's my advice. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Hopefully you're all doing well and looking forward to a nice fall. Take care.